When was the last time that you spent a full practice improving your return of serve? Most players, they never practice the return of serve. Even though we know that nowadays the return of serve is probably the second most important shot that you should be trying to improve. The first one would be the serve, because every point starts with a serve. But the second one is going to be the return. So if you are not the one serving of that game, you're going to start the point on your side with the return. So if you are not able to do a good return, it's going to be so hard for you to start gaining more matches. So today, on this video, we're going to explain you how to improve drastically your return of serve. So first of all, let's start with the position that you should be on before they even toss the ball, okay? So how should you be ready? So first of all, we're going to make sure that we are on a wide stance and our legs are slightly bent, okay? We don't want to stay super low here because it could be slow to get up, but we want to stay relaxed with the legs kind of bent here and with the racket in front with both hands on the racket. That's something so important. We see again and again so many beginner players that they are waiting on the right position for the return only with one hand on the racket. So what happens? If the ball goes to their backhand, they don't have time to hold the racket with the other hand, change the grip and hit the backhand. So that's why it's so important to wait with both hands on the racket. Now, how should you be waiting with the racket? So many players, they start waiting with the racket on the forehand grip position, and other players, they start with the hammer grip on the forehand side and the other one here. So this way they are ready for the backhand. That's something that you need to practice and you need to feel where you're more comfortable with. So a lot of people, if they have a worse forehand than backhand, they're gonna start waiting with the forehand grip, so this way they are ready to hit the forehand in case the ball goes to their forehand. But since they are more comfortable with the backhand, they don't have problems even with fast serves to change the grip and turn on the backhand side. So that's something that you need to try to practice both. Try to practice a few returns with the forehand grip, waiting with the forehand grip and the other hand here, and another ones with the backhand grip, and feel where can you turn faster and where is the better grip for you to wait for the return of serve. Now, after you got set up, you have your wide stance, you have your grip ready. What do we do? So depending on the player, they do different kind of movements. So for example, we can see some of the players that after they got ready, once the other one is tossing the ball up, what do? They start moving forward. Most players move forward. So what do? Most of them, they do one step, and after that, they do a split step with both feet at the same time. We can also see other players like Novak Djokovic, for example, after he gets ready and the other one tosses the ball, they do a few small jumps, and once the other one is about to hit the ball, he split a step forward and then he turns. So that's something that, again, you should be trying to practice different kind of movements forward, so this way you get used to one or the other one, you can feel where you're more comfortable. So the ones that I would suggest you to try is, first of all, doing one step and then the split step. Then you can also try it with two steps. So for example, I'm here ready, I'm gonna do 1, 2, split step forward. So important, keep doing the split step forward. And another one that you can try is do one jump with both feet at the same time forward, and then the split step. So I'm here, I do one jump forward, then the split step, and then turn. So try to practice all three of these ones. Look at where are you more comfortable with, and then after you decide which one is the right one for you, try to start practicing. So now we're gonna go with the split step. Now again, the split step is so important on the serve. If we don't do a split step, it's gonna be so hard to read the other one's serve. So on the serve, most players, especially when they wanna be aggressive with the other one's first serve, they're gonna do a split step forward, so it's with their momentum is forward, and they are gonna be able to be more aggressive with those shots. Now, sometimes, let's say somebody has a big kick on their serve, sometimes we might decide to move backwards, and after the split step, put our balance backwards. So, on these situations, we're gonna try to be a little bit more defensive, and we're gonna just try to keep the ball in play. But for most first serves especially, I would suggest you to go forward with your balance, so this way you can hit the ball harder. Now, after the split step, how are we gonna turn? This is something so important. We don't wanna do a full backswing, because if we have especially a first serve coming to us, a fast first serve, if we do a full backswing, we're gonna end up hitting the ball late, and we're gonna start hitting down the line or to the alley. So, when especially on a first serve that the ball is coming fast, right after I do a split step, I'm gonna turn my shoulders, and I'm gonna leave my racket here with the shoulder turn. From here, I'm not gonna take it back like on a regular forehand. The only thing I'm gonna do is, after I got here, I'm gonna go down and I'm gonna make sure that the point of contact is in front of me. Even if I don't do a big backswing, if I get the point of contact in front of me and the force and the momentum is going forward, I'm gonna create a huge amount of power on that shot because the ball is coming fast to me. I get the point of contact in front of me, so I'm using the other one's power, and my body is also moving forward. So I'm gonna be able to generate a massive amount of power even if I don't get any backswing. So that's why it's so important to get the point of contact in front of you and get the momentum forward. So now I'm gonna show you a small example of how to do this kind of return.